Welcome back to the Mower factory. In front of me here is the Super Cox. Me and my mate Al recently built this rig. It's a 1992 Cox Stockman lawnmower. We've fitted a 990cc Kohler V-twin. It's got some chain drive gears to the back, go-kart axle, Suzuki RMZ 250, is that right, Suzuki, yeah?
Correct.
Suzuki RMZ handlebars, brakes, a bunch of goodies from Super Cheap Auto, and as we found out, it doesn't rip. It actually turned the clutch to absolute dust straight away, and it doesn't drive. So it's not very super at the moment. We're pretty disappointed, but oh well, these things happen. We've recently added some mufflers on there, which are also from a Suzuki. No, where are they from? Just eBay.
They're from an eBay motorbike.
So it's a lot quieter now. It does run, it sounds cool. You can kind of drive it, but it just, as soon as you've got any load like a hill, it just won't go anywhere. So we have got a new clutch. It's bigger, it's the same color, it's heavier. We don't know if it's going to work, so.
It looks the same and we're very nervous about it.
And if it doesn't work, it's all on you, Yarwood, because you supplied it. So we're going to fit it up today and hopefully go for a run, and it might work. It may work, it may not. You might end up with smoke up the driveway again.
You can familiarise yourself with that sweet smell of clutch
smoke. Oh, that
smoke.
was the worst. Anyway, let's get it up on the hoist, pull the clutch out and weld on. We'll do some modifications and put that clutch on.
What if they haven't seen the build series?
Surely they have.
Is it up here?
Yeah, put it in the corner.
Up here?
No, further over.
Up here. This is what we're dealing with. We've got the original centrifugal clutch here that is burnt to a crisp and most of its bits are spread all over the side. This is the replacement. It looks pretty much exactly the same, but it is a fair bit bigger. We're hoping that that's going to work.
It's also very heavy too. Centrifugal, like weight, is that a thing? I don't know how they work. It throws those things out, and
they've got some charts from 1982 that you can look up on the internet. It's very complicated how these things work, or in our case, don't work. Did you know that the Super Cox was one of our most popular videos ever?
Yeah, what was that? Did you know that ancient Romans used to put a piece of toast in their wine for good health?
Is that why you raise a toast?
Yeah, maybe that's why. True that.
I don't reckon that good health and a goon bag of Fruity Lexia are on par with each other. I reckon they probably could have just eaten the toast and got rid of the goon bag, and they would be in much better health.
I don't know if it was called Fruity Lexia back then. Just thought we'd pull apart this original clutch to show you guys kind of how they work and the fault of why this one doesn't work. So basically how it works is this is connected to the crank of the engine, and as it spins, it throws these out. This has only got one, kind of that's the motion of it. Centrifugal force throws them out. This was meant to be clutch material, but there's obviously none left there compared to what's on this one, which is, let's call it 4 or 5 mil of clutch material there, so a bit meaty. That's what turned to smoke straight away when I went up the driveway, just completely disintegrated. We did remove one of the springs from this as a test on the day to kind of get it, to see if we could make it work, but it didn't. So this has now got like all the colours of the rainbow. It's metal on metal. It's been very hot. This clutch will work, hopefully, with our drive. So that was off just the gear drive, which was on the top there. We can swap that over.
It's a sprocket.
Sprocket gear. What else did you call it?
I called it a chain wheel, and someone from England got cranky, but that's what Google said.
So we're not too sure about the heights of these. It may be different spacing off the engine, but we're just going to...
But then it was already spaced to a certain height anyway, so all we're going to do is be reducing it with these. That's the little spaces there. So...
Again, we're kind of winging it here. We're hoping that we're going to bolt it on and we're going to roll out the driveway and rip up the dirt, but it may not work, so we're just coming along for the ride.
Are we sending it, or should we call William Yarwood?
I'm going to say send it, and then we call William and go, hey, it's your fault.
To be fair, we haven't even paid for it yet. So.
True that. You're not getting paid. No, we'll pay you. That's all right. You can do that. we are officially taking responsibility of this now.
William Yarwon't at Project X Racing, if you're into go-karts. Top guy, has a fast Supra, should get a roll cage, or probably will get thrown out of Willowbank.
While we are working on the mower, huge thanks to everyone who watched the previous episode and left us a comment. Whether you were entering the competition or just leaving us a general Cox joke, we love it. We go through all the comments and it helps us with the YouTube algorithms and such. So thanks everyone. And on the topic of YouTube comments, there was a few negative people on there telling us that we're obviously not mower racers and that we've done stuff wrong. We are just two dudes in a shed. We've called it a racing mower, but it's probably more race inspired. We don't actually plan to race this thing in any competition, hence why we put the carby straight out the front of the bonnet. Like that's just a cool joke thing, like a Pro Mod supercharged drag car.
It looks cool, people.
It does look cool.
What's hard to understand?
It's sick, it looks awesome. Steering wise, people are saying more car start, more camber. This is just the Cox stuff off the original mower. We just widened it. As again, we're not building a racing mower. It had a good turning circle mowing the lawns, so it should be okay as it is now.
Also, I challenge thee to tell me how camber and caster are going to help when there's no suspension movement whatsoever.
Truth, also, Alan. There is no suspension. All you're running on is tyre pressures.
Maybe caster would help stability, but...
The chain drive at the back here, a few comments were people talking about this. It's not an idler. It is an idler, but it's purely there to just change the path of the chain so it's not running through the seat and through your butt. We got the hot tip to mount the seat as low as you can and move the chain drive to the side if possible. That's what we've done and it works well. To actually tension the chain, you just move the axle back and forward. That's all you've got to do. There was a lot of other stuff in there about clutches and steering, and we should use a steering wheel and a different seat, but again, we're using what we've got. This seat actually is from, I don't know if we mentioned in the video. Did we mention the video?
I think we might.
Did, yeah. This is actually from Super Cheap Auto HQ build from way back that Mighty Car Mods did. So we somehow ended up with the seats and this is what it's been repurposed for. So it's pretty cool. It's also got some history, which I like. And yeah, we've got the clutch on there now, so now we're keen to test it out.
Just go and cross our fingers.
See if it works. Yeah, we tried to call you, but you didn't answer, so if it breaks. All right. Watch out, because it might take off out. That's all right. Man, this thing's crazy, man. That's cruising now. My boots are on fire. I couldn't figure out what was smoking. But it turned out it was my shoes. I told you we need heat shields on there.
You dirtbag. No way.
Because I saw smoke and I was like, oh no, that's the clutch. And I was like, that's like rubber or something. And then realised my shoes were on fire.
Add that to the list of mods.
Okay, so it turns out that, well, I melted my boots for one. That was a very rookie error. And I did say to Al when we built it, oh, we should put some stuff there. But that's just what you do when I was locking myself in because I was so scared. The steering is very twitchy. So it's like you're going along and it's like, could be dangerous on the road. I could definitely see myself turning on its side.
Wait. When did anyone say that this wasn't going to be dangerous?
Yeah, it is. It was always going to be dangerous. And that clutch is not going to last very long. Just then, like, it's not, it may be the RPM from the engine, like there's kind of...
If you try and make it take off up a hill or something, it doesn't like it.
Yeah, but this engine doesn't rev, so it's got lots of torque, low RPM. There's no actual RPM to flick it out and grip more kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I think that they're designed to be kind of like a high revving throw out and away you go. I don't even know what RPM this thing would do, but I wouldn't assume it would be very much, so we may just take it into the backyard. And if you can hear the background, Bo Butler's out there mowing right now, so we're going to take it down to the swamp and make a swamp track and see if the swamp grass makes it slip more, and it might work.
We've got to get some use out of this thing. Otherwise it's getting a friggin' WR450 engine.
Can't we just put that old school like lever clutch back on there that was dodgy as?
We could, but we
Belt
took
drive?
that to the scrap.
Yeah, true, actually we did. Let's make something up.
We can do.
Yeah. WR450, you say? Okay, so we've made the executive decision to just send it. I don't think the clutch is going to last long. You might do a donut, it may not. So our neighbour Mick has kindly lent his block of land here for us to rip on. We've got the grommet with the drone just to get a bit more footage and see how we go. I don't know.
Send it, bros.
Stay tuned for me hitting a tree or something.
Broken arms are good.
No thanks.
Good for the
I got a helmet on at least. Wow, that lasted not even as long as I wanted it to last. I mean, that makes sense. That didn't last. We can't start a fire, can we? Not really.
That smells. That's a familiar smell. I believe I've smelt that before.
So, yo, Wood, your clutch doesn't work. Back to the drawing board.
Should we put a belt on it, or should we put a...
I'm very, very
350
disappointed,
Banshee
actually.
motor?
Did you get that on footage, Bo Butler? Yeah. Hope you did. Hope you were pressing record. Well, that didn't turn out as expected. I thought it would have lasted a bit longer than that. We kind of knew that it wasn't going to last, but it went all of one. Once you're up to speed, it was okay, and then I did a loop, and then it did nothing, so oh well. I was like, oh no, it was going to catch on fire, but it's all kind of enclosed anyway. The clutch was on fire, but...
We're going to put that Cox in the naughty corner. It's so not doing what it's supposed to.
Again, we built this with the help of our mates from Super Auto, so it is more of a display piece kind of thing anyway, but it is good to run it. I'm keen to maybe put a belt drive system on it, or Alan mentioned that someone we know has got a WR450, aka me, laying around from years back. So that
I'd rather a KTM 300, but I can't find one with a starter motor that works.
Burning yourself there.
How about a
burning you.
465 motor?
Nick, yeah, well...
Does that have a starter motor?
Can you find...
No starter motor, but when she's going...
You can't even kickstart it.
No.
Can you find one? That's Mick, by the way. Mick owns the land here. He said we can rip around on it. He just said...
I told him we might rip the grass up, but now he's disappointed.
Yeah, oh well. Again, it is what it is. We said at the start of the episode we weren't too sure how this was going to go. We've winged it. We've stuffed another clutch that we haven't even paid for yet. Oh well, we'll sort that out later.
Get a warranty.
But yeah, no warranty here. That's all right. But thanks for watching anyway. It is what it is. This is the Skid Factory. We like to do cool stuff, and sometimes the cool stuff doesn't work. So it is what it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with more mower action. Either a turbo Kohler V-twin with some kind of dodgy belt drive clutch system, or what was that Banshee you were looking at the other day? Banshee?
Yeah, I want one, but they're like 10 grand.
Yeah, no thanks. We'll come up with something. Anyway,
Anyone got a Banshee engine?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers, dudes. Also, the guy in the comment section that said that the Raceworks coolant overflow tank, which is now used as a fuel tank, isn't going to be big enough. That was how much fuel it's used in that one run, pretty much. We filled it up.
So you're saying he's right?
Yeah. It's not very fuel efficient, but oh well, it is what it is. It worked. I was actually worried about the rubber perishing, but that seemed to be fine, so...
That's because I put two-stroke in it first, so it's got
and that's why it was
extra
spitting
lubricant.
oil out everywhere too.
Yeah, it's good for
Right,
it.
now that the clutch has cooled down, do you reckon it's
It's
going to...
actually cheap, quite cheap to fill up that one.
It is very cheap.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's going to go again or not? We have to push it, don't we?
I reckon get you rolling, otherwise you push it all the way home.
Yeah, don't stop.
All right.
I'll get you going on the downhill run. You tell me when you're ready.
I burnt my shoes again too. Yeah, righto.